Hi everyone and welcome to Advanced Installer YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you how to enable users to set up a SQL connection at the initial launch of a Windows Forms app deployed via an MSIX package. As you can see, I've already set up a sample Windows Forms .NET Framework app in Visual Studio. The next step is to add and customize the form that enables the users to input their SQL connection settings. To add the form, right-click on the project, Add, then choose Form, and set a name for it. Once the form is added, let's customize it. I will add text boxes for server, database, user ID, and password. Additionally, I will add a button that allows users to save the connection settings. Now it's time to manage the SQL connection settings that the user provides in the configuration form. When the application launches, it first must check if the SQL connection string is already saved in the registry. If not, the application should prompt the user with the configuration form and remain unusable until these configuration settings are successfully completed. The next step is to add functionality to save the user's connection settings in the Windows registry when pressing the Save button. However, before the saving process, test the settings by attempting a connection to the SQL server. The settings should only be saved in the registry if the connection test proves successful. If the connection settings are saved in the registry, retrieve them to establish the SQL connection when needed. Once the app is ready to be deployed, let me guide you through creating the MSIX package for the application. Before going through the next steps, make sure you have added the Advanced Installer extension to Visual Studio. Now let's create the setup project. Right-click on the project solution and choose Add New Project. From the list of templates, select the Advanced Installer project template. Set a name for the project and create it. Once the project is created, you can access the project viewer by selecting the IP file. In the project viewer, you can edit basic information about your installer. To add the project output, navigate to Files and Folders tab and click the Add Project Output button. Select your project and press the OK button. By default, the Advanced Installer project generates an MSI package. To generate an MSIX package instead, you need to add an MSIX build. To do this, go to the MSIX tab in the viewer and click on the Add MSIX build option. Please note that adding an MSIX build is a feature available starting with the Professional edition of Advanced Installer. After adding the MSIX build, you must switch the installer project configuration. Navigate to Build and select Configuration Manager. Switch the installer project configuration from default build to the newly added MSIX build. The last step is to digitally sign the package. Open the Digital Signature tab, check the Enable Signing option and select your certificate from a local file on your disk or import it from the store. If you do not have a certificate, simply click the Create button to create one. After completing all the steps, build a setup project to generate the MSIX package. Then run it to install the application. Here is the MSIX package that has been generated, so let's run it. The configuration form will appear on the first launch. Once you input the connection settings and the connection is successful, the application will be ready for use. And that's all. For more guides and tutorials, visit the Advanced Installer YouTube channel or check out the Advanced Installer blog.